Good morning, everybody. Well, the votes are in after Ace of Thorns. Morning. The votes are in after a week of putting up the video with 6 different options to choose from. The winner and the game we will be playing next, and I will start over from the start so I can not rush through it, will be The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. See here, let's go ahead. That'll work. See what we got here really quick. Looks okay. Grab a drink here really quick and we will get started. I have a feeling we are going to have a lot of fun with this one based off of what we've seen so far. There appears to be a lot of comedy and a lot of laughs ahead of us, as well as what seems like a pretty decent tactical little battle system. This game is developed by Nihon Falcom. Falcom, as you may well know, is famous for the Ys series of games, as well as the Legend of Heroes series. Now, interestingly enough, we shouldn't be too far away. I'm guessing that's this little... I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I've never done it before, so I don't know how. Interestingly enough, apparently the second sequel to this game, Trails in the Sky 2, is due out from Xseed, the company who localized this first one, within the next few months. So, hopefully by the time we finish this one, Trails of the Sky 2 will be out, and we can continue straight into the sequel. But, let's go ahead and get started. Oh. I probably ought to do this really quick, too. Done. Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today, too. And Shara's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner. Hey, I'm home! Daddy! Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope, I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though. I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go to play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Now why don't you have a look? What? Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? What? Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Yeah, because we're going to bring you a corpse for a present. Looks kind of dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. You mean he's alive? He sure sleeps soundly. And he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair, and a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah, who is this kid anyway? And why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mommy? Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from Scheherazade, I assume. Yup, that's right. For heaven's sake. That girl is going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. And I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. Illegitimate. Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why? Why didn't you just leave me there to die? Why? Now, that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassis Bright. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey! You're shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just going to make it take longer for your body to heal. Yeah, because you jumping on him is going to help. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember telling you I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it... Wait a minute. Don't try and change this up... Ow! Quit yelling! Alright already. But you jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. I don't hear yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse. Do I hear yelling? Never mind, just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name. You know that thing people call you? I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? It seems like the logical thing to do, if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Captain K, welcome! Fine. My name is... Whoops. And with that, the journey starts. But it's good to have everybody here this morning. Thanks for coming. But yeah, you gotta give mad props to Xseed for bringing games like this over that just never had a chance to come to the States before. They're the ones who localized all the East games. Or at least the more modern renditions of them. They're even apparently bringing Tokyo Xanadu, which is an older game that's supposed to be pretty awesome. I love the art style for the little introductory video here. By the way, in case you hadn't heard earlier, as always, Jammin' Dude is here with me in the studio. Yep. Jammin' Dude is unlucky enough to be one of my friends here in real life that lives nearby. He's here with me almost every live stream. He usually participates with the Twitch chat through his phone, but his phone is half dead right now, so we're still letting it charge. So bright in here. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. Guess that's a no. Well, I guess I better get myself ready then, too. Nice, Joshua. Bravo. Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind. With that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man. Tisk. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower, wouldn't you agree? Yeah. How fortunate for you. You can at least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. And yeah, I have to agree with you, Draknon. Very sound logic. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl is going to be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop fighting beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle! Joshua! Morning, Dad! Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay. I'm on my way. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work, too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right. It'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore, either. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you, too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me that you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning in training? Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap. Totally forgot. Now that you mentioned it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear, the two of you act so much alike. But whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shara's going to be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Ron-style scallop fish and a balsamic vinegar sauce? What's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle. Or our stomachs. You're right, I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelet. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude! I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. Received 500 Mira. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Sherazard my regards. So, let's do this. But yeah, God, this game's funny. So let's see here. All that's here is the house. So the General Goods Store must be in town as well. We can go into the menu from there. Go ahead, save. Right-click to exit. Follow the pavement, and I'm sure we'll come across the town. The city of Rolent. It looks like we've made good time. Not too early, or too late either. We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Alright then, let's get to it and make it through this last hazing from Shara. You look ready to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. That's the armor weapon shop. General Goods, we need to stop by here really quick. Good morning, Mr. Renan. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're up rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stregas? Unbelievable. You've actually already forgotten why we came here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberal News for Dad, right? Ah, of course. You guys been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid the new Stregas aren't out yet. If you're after the latest issue of the Liberal News, though, I should have them in around noon. Noon, huh? That's right in the middle of our training at the guild house. We'll stop by again after our training is over. Sure, I'll be waiting for you. Let's see here. That's that. So we've got a world map there. Town map there. The camp. There we go. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Ina. Good morning. Is Shara here already? Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. The Star and the Hanged Man. The Hermit and the Magician. Lord Pettit, welcome to the stream. We haven't seen you for a while. And last of all, Inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. This is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head, instead of letting it dribble out your ears like it usually does. Joshua, Shara's picking on me! Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, Axra actually is overly naive and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything. Her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an orbment with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. Orbaments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz or process septium installed. Yeah, I think the Fool card would fit Estelle pretty well. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday projects, to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, the technological reform is commonly known as the Orbal Revolution. About bracers. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. About the Liberal Kingdom. The Kingdom of Liberal, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zemurian continent, abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberal is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent, and is known for its high level of technology and used to develop orbaments. Orbament technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberal in protecting its independence, as it has contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberal was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbal-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberal enjoys peace. Let's see. Since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shara? How is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you'll be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'm sure you have to work... I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it. Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there is something that we need to give the both of you. Ina, are they ready? Yes, they are. All right, you two, go get one for each of yourselves. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Received Bracer Notebook. Bracer Notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear, or anything that you may find and wear. These kind of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's going to be a pain. Oh? Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of all of events is an important duty for all bracers. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. When the bulletin board is approached, an exclamation mark will appear, blah, 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 blah. How to do things, I understand. Training, retrieval. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath Roland and bringing back the contents of a chest. Very good. It looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I thought it was a good one, Lord Pettit. I'm just busy reading. I think being a bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha. Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay. Here's where you will learn how to use an Orbital Factory's services. In Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbaments and synthesize support quartz in order to use orbital arts. Arts have a wide range of effects and if mastered can be extremely helpful. The bracer business is a pretty common risky occupation, so the guild has a long-standing relationship with these orbital factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here. Yeah, Lord Pettit, I would have big problems with there. 34, can't read, not a good thing. No problem. Leave everything to me. So what is it you would like to know about? Orbments. Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means that lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones which we will be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an orbital factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of septh too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So what is it that you would like to know about? Orbital arts. Simply put, orbital arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have been called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, the corresponding quartz must first be synthesized in an orbital factory. Orbments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and the combination of the installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with a water elemental value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now. Let me get a drink really quick. Quartz are circuits made from septh. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. So what is it you would like to know about? Septh. Septh are fragments of septium which are dropped by monsters. They are divided into 7 types: earth, brown, water, blue, fire, red, wind, green, time, black, space, gold, and mirage, silver. Septh can be exchanged for Mira almost anywhere, but at the orbital factory it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open orbment slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. So, that's about it there. It looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some septh. Receive several of each type of elemental septh. With that amount, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now I want you to begin by first making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbments. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay. But for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally, at a shop, you would be able to exchange septh for Mira, but for this training you will not be able to use this service. Let's see here. If you would like to modify your orbaments, please select the Modify Trade service. Okay, quartz. So we can make Defense 1, HP 1, Attack 1, Evade 1, or Action 1. Well, Action 1 is time, so we gotta make that for Joshua. And I think that I like the idea of more damage for Estelle, so we'll make her... Ooh, but that's also defense down. Let's go with water for HP 1. Alright, looks like you were able to synthesize one. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install a quartz into your orbments so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. So let's see here. From that, I'm guessing we need to go here. Nope, that's the journal. Camp. Orbment. She gets the HP quartz. Joshua needs a time, so he gets the action quartz. Yes, I am a Time Lord! Alright, it looks like you've got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your Bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allows you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quartz charts in your Bracer notebooks and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your orbments. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since each PEP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now I want you to use this sept and open a slot on each of your orbments. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. Let's see here. I guess I have to do that over here too. Slot? Estelle? Let's see here. Both of hers can take anything, so we'll just open this one. And Joshua. And his can take anything, so we'll give... Oh, I only have enough to do one of us. I see you've managed to open one of your orbment slots, Estelle. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular elemental, you are free to install any type of quartz you like. That concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. This is the Legend of Heroes Trail of the Sky, LP573. It has received the most votes. Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Thank you very much for coming, by the way, LP. It's good to see you again. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test. Again. Can you? Didn't I remind you just about this morning? Now that you mentioned it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for... Now about a little less yapping and a little more walking. And she's dragged out. Joshua, help me! Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Don't mention it, and good luck with that test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. Oddly, Pettit, I am playing that game right now, so, you know, that fits very, very well. All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and? And I even made you jot it down that what you read in your Bracer notebooks. Unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. O divine Adios, I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. So, what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. Ah, I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. Pardon me. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? All right, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for both of you. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Rolent's sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. Received Tear Balm ×3. Received Monster Guide. What's this book for? It's called a Monster Guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You've really got a good head on your shoulders, Aunt Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. We'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. There appears to be a recovery point set up over there. Let's use it if our HP and EP become low before engaging in any further battles. So basically, if we get beat up, we can go over there and restore our health. That works. Sounds like a plan to me. And here's our first fight. Monsters at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side. Got it! Okay, so we got an attack order bar. Nice, we have a main character using a staff. Looks like we gotta just move closer for now. Looks like this thing's not gonna attack us. It's more just getting used to how the battlefield flows. She couldn't quite get to him. So we'll let Joshua finish him off.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Here comes some more. Depending on the enemy, some physical attacks may be ineffective. Let's use arts, not physical attacks. Okay. Arts are effective on enemies that are good at avoiding physical attacks. Arts also make long-range attacks possible, but they require time to be cast. EP is consumed when arts are used. EP can be recovered by resting at inns, hotels, or by using charge stations and other items like an EP charge. Yeah, I think she does have ADD. Okay, art. That's a healing spell. This is an attack spell. Okay, so you start casting and it takes a little bit of time for it to actually go. Estelle, let's try using crafts this time around. Since crafts have other effects besides just dealing out damage, they're worth a shot. Roger that! Crafts have range limits but can be utilized instantly. CP is gained by dealing out or receiving damage during battle. Ah, so they can be buffs. Nice. Okay, now I have to just attack. So far, so good. Found reviving balm. The door is rusted and appears to be locked. Oh, what a surprise! Another creepy thing. I wish there were an easier way to take care of them. One blow using an S-craft or S-break should do the trick for just about any enemy. The catch is our CP has to be at least 100 to pull off one of those moves. So they're basically supers. These are actions which allow S-crafts to be immediately unleashed while ignoring the battle order once the CP gauge has reached 0. S-crafts will be used as S-breaks when changed by going to tactics, and then set S-break within the main menu. Press the brake button to unleash an S-break. An S-break cannot be unleashed under the no-break condition. Now press the brake button to try unleashing an S-break. I'd say that was effective. And now I can do this.
Let's do
It's pretty cool.
Alright, we're good to go.
I'm guessing that's the chest I need. That's dead end, so it's gotta be it. So that's the treasure chest we're after, huh? If we've made it this far, the rest is gonna be a piece of cake. Seems like we got a little breathing room at least. Let's pay close attention to our battle order this time. There should be a number of ways to get more mileage on all of our actions. During battle, there are several bonuses which can be allotted to turns. Turn bonuses have the same effect regardless of whether they are allotted to an ally or foe. Using S-breaks to ignore the battle order makes it easy to jump in and strip an enemy of their turn bonus. Let's see here. So this one, they're actually fighting back. care of that. One more thing to kill. And I'd say that's a winner.
We're good to go.
Nice, we got a lot of sept out of that one. Found small box times 2. Huh, that's weird. There's a couple boxes inside the treasure chest. The fact that there's not just one, but 2 is kind of interesting, too. I wonder what's inside. Remember, Estelle, our mission is to search and retrieve only. I'm pretty sure looking inside these boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective. You're no fun at all, Joshua. This has nothing to do with our mission. It's what I like to call good, honest curiosity. You know, we're the only ones down here. We can get away with a teensy-weensy peek, right? If you feel like flunking today's test, then by all means, be my guest. Did you just say the F word? Yes. Opening one of those boxes could result in an automatic fail for the both of us. If this were a real job, the contents of those boxes would belong to the client. And as long as they were nothing illegal, we would have no right to open them. I know you're right, Joshua, but I just can't help myself. If you absolutely have to know what's outside, why not ask Miss Shara when we get back? But for now, we need to focus on getting out of here. Alright, alright. Good work, you two. As a rule of training, I'm going to need to confirm the items in your possession. Hand it over, small box times 2. Yep, they're the real deal, all right. I don't see any evidence of tampering either. That was a close one. I figured she would try and set us up like that. Congratulations to the both of you. You have successfully passed your qualification test. You didn't really think something that simple would be a problem for us, did you? So, Shara? What's in those boxes you had us get? That's for me to know and you to find out. After your training is finished. That's enough chit-chat for now, so let's get back to work. You two still have some things left to do. Seriously? But didn't you just say that we passed the test? You still have to learn about how to report the results of your work. I'm aware that you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk your duties. Let's get back to the guild. When is this day going to be over? Oh well, no sense in giving up when the finish line is in sight. Agreed. It seems like we're within reaching distance of our goal. Your final training is how to report to the guild. Whenever you finish a job, it's your duty to report the results of the work to your guild. Reporting how you resolved the situation and the steps you took to get there are all part of your job as a bracer. You can report your results to the front desk in each guild branch, and as you already know by now, Ina is in charge here at the Roland branch. In addition, this is where you will be paid for your work. I look forward to seeing great things from the both of you. Now that we're here, why don't you go ahead and report the results of today's training? Received your payment. Nothing! Oh, we got 500 Mira. No, we didn't. Good job, you two. It seems like you were able to complete your objective without running into any major problems. Another thing to take note of is that depending on how you handle a job, you may see an increase or decrease in the amount of pay you receive. When you report the results of your work to the guild, pay in the form of Mira isn't the only thing you will receive. You will also accumulate points, which are known as BP, Bracer Points. BP are an indication of your achievements as a bracer. When these points exceed a certain value, you will advance in rank as a bracer and be awarded with a piece of special equipment by the guild. The ranks of a junior bracer start at 9 and go all the way up to 1. Please set your sights on making first rank and work hard. The amount of Mira and BP you receive will also be recorded in your bracer notebooks, so please have a look sometime later on. All that's left to do now is finalize your training. Let's head back upstairs, shall we? I'll talk to you later, Ina, and sorry about putting more work on your plate today than usual. Don't worry about it. Training new bracers is important for the future of the guild. I fully intend to work these two to the bone in any case. To the bone? And knowing Shara, it'll involve the whip. Let me say it again. Good work, you two. You now have officially completed the entire training course. From now on, you will be learning from your own real-world experience. Well then, Sherazard holds out 2 small boxes. Aren't those boxes the ones? In answer to your question, yes. These are the boxes you retrieved during today's test. You seem awfully curious to find out what's inside, Estelle. Are you saying that it's okay if we open them? That's right. Why don't the both of you have a look and see what's inside? Sweet! Alright, let's have a look. Estelle and Joshua open the boxes. Received Junior Bracer Emblem. This crest is... So does this mean that we're... Estelle Bright, Joshua Bright. Beginning this day at 1500 hours, you are both hereby appointed as junior bracers within the Bracer Guild. From here on, you will work as members of the Bracer Guild to support the livelihood of those around you, defend peace, and uphold justice. Congratulations, you two, and welcome into the fold. Did you hear that, Joshua? We've become members of the Bracer Guild! So I'm a bracer now, huh? I think the realization is only just now beginning to sink in. Come on, Joshua. You should be jumping for joy or running around screaming at the top of your lungs like this. Look at us now, world! We did it! I was happy until you made my eardrums bleed. I hate to interrupt the celebrations, Estelle, but I need to take off now. I have some backed up work that needs my immediate attention. We understand. You have been spending a lot of extra hours working with us during this busy time for the guild. Before you head out, Shara, I just wanted to say thanks. Likewise. I appreciate all the trouble you've gone through for us, Shara. Don't mention it. Training new recruits is one of a bracer's many duties. Believe it or not, I was once in your shoes, a long time ago when your father, Cassius, trained me. So that's why you have so much respect for my dad, huh? There's actually much more to it than that, but I'll save that conversation for another day. As for the both of you, work hard to become full-fledged bracers early on, so you can help guide those new recruits who come after yourselves. And in time, I hope to see you both become respectable bracers like your father. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought. I just don't get it. Get what? This is Sherazard, aka the Silver Streak, one of the most skilled young bracers we're talking about. So why is it that she holds Dad in such high esteem? He just seems like nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man who is always out doing who knows what instead of being a father. A no-good middle-aged man, huh? From your viewpoint, it doesn't come as a surprise that you would see him in that fashion. Huh? Never mind. Let's hurry and head home. We should let Dad know that we qualified as junior bracers. Right! But first... my guess would be is that when you make it as a rank 1 junior bracer, you get to take a test to become a regular bracer. Wait for me, Luke! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Oh, great, it's Estelle. Hi there, Joshua. Okay, you little twerp, what's with the "oh great, it's Estelle" remark? And what's the big hurry? How about you telling us where you're headed? You're not thinking about wandering out of town alone, are you? The roads are full of monsters, I hope you know. You're such a pest, Estelle. Don't you know there's no room for girls to be sticking their big fat noses in boys' business? Quit acting like you're a bracer, you wannabe. How wrong you are, Luke. How incredibly wrong. You're more wrong than a fool who thinks there's better tasting milk in Liberal than the milk that comes from the Purcell farm. What? No way. You're full of it, Estelle. In fact, as of just a few minutes ago, we qualified to become real bracers. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Real bracers. More like bracers in training, really. Don't think you should be getting on your high horse yet, Estelle. Now a high pony, on the other hand. Quit being a killjoy. Wow, you two are great. I'm so happy for the both of you. Oh, Pat, you're such a good little boy. Unlike that smart aleck and cynical brat you call a friend. This isn't fair. I was supposed to become a bracer first. I can accept that Joshua became a bracer before me, but getting passed by the likes of Estelle? What's the likes of Estelle supposed to mean? Just so you know, you can't even be a bracer until you're 16 years old. Got it? Only mature people allowed. And that means no little kids who are still going to Sunday school. I don't know how I should put this, Estelle, but Sunday school is dying to have you back. You better watch out, Estelle. I'm going to train at my secret base, and before you know it, I'm going to be a bracer too. Come on, Pat, let's go. All right, I'm coming. See you later, Estelle. Bye, Joshua. That boy Luke, he's always trying to pick a fight with me. I wonder if he just plain hates me or something. Rather, I think it's the exact opposite. What do you mean by that? Don't worry about it, it's just a boy thing. At any rate, what do you think Luke meant when he said secret base? I don't know why, but somehow it makes me a bit curious. I know exactly what you mean. A secret base sounds really intriguing. The pure heart of a young child can be so inspiring at times. That's not really what I meant by curious. We gotta go back to the general goods store. Did you manage to become bracers? You bet we did. Maybe I should have you start calling me Hyper Bracer Estelle from now on. By the way, Mr. Renan, did the Liberal news come in? Yeah, it came in a little afternoon. Don't brush me off like that, you two. Oh, whatever. I'll take one copy then. That comes to 100 Mira, please. Purchase Liberal News, issue 1. I know my dad always buys a copy of this magazine. But does it really sell that well? It sure does. The Liberal News has an excellent reporter and camerawoman who have done a great job reporting the latest and most reliable news. They're even supposed to have a running story related to Queen Alicia's birthday celebration. One more thing before you go. This gift is my way of saying congratulations. It's a free sample item I received with my shipment of goods, but don't hold the free part against me. Received recipe book. What's this supposed to be for? There's a ton of blank pages. It's a recipe book, isn't it? You got it. When you get hurt fighting, you just limit yourself to healing balms all the time. It's going to get pretty deep into your wallets. This is where a recipe book comes into play. If you eat food to recover your strength again, it's basically free. Assuming you have all the ingredients anyway. So if you eat something new, write down what's in it, and you'll have tons of recipes in no time. So how about we try this out? Go ahead and eat this cookie, Estelle. Received maple cookie. Well, I have made it a personal rule to never turn down sweets. Ate maple cookie. Learn maple cookie recipe. Basically, all you have to do is eat the food to learn the recipe. It's as simple as that. God, I wish it was that simple in real life. I just ate a 5-course meal that cost $1,000. I can now cook it whenever I want to perfection. If only. As you're traveling about, you should eat whatever food you come across that you haven't had an opportunity to try before. Well, that sounds pretty convenient. It's not that I don't like cooking at all, it's just that I never seem to get any better. I'd sure love to be able to increase my repertoire and really shock my dad's taste buds once in my life. That's the spirit. And in passing, if you're in need of any ingredients, I'd be delighted to service your cooking needs. You really know how to solicit your customers, Mr. Renan. Thank you for the recipe book. We'll put it to good use. Eating the recommended dish at restaurants or using to-go meals adds the recipe to the recipe book. By selecting the recipe book, all learned recipes will be displayed. As long as the necessary ingredients are available, the food can be made. There are 2 types of food: sit-down meals, which must be eaten on the spot, and to-go meals, which can be carried as items. Sit-down meals cannot be carried as items. Ingredients used for cooking can be bought at a store or acquired from monsters. Okie doke. So we're done there. Do I want to go look for the secret base? Oop, wrong button. A beautiful sound as always. I love the toll of this tower bell. The bell does more than tell the time. It's also marking Roland's history. There's a ladder that goes up to the observation deck. What's wrong, Estelle? Something on your mind? It's nothing, really. How about we climb up to the observation deck? Sure, I guess. Well, let's go ahead and head back. Oop, I went the wrong way. But yeah, this has been a fun game so far. Estelle, Joshua, am I glad I found you two. Oh, hi, Ina. Is something wrong? You seem to be in quite a hurry. We've got a bit of a problem. Is your father at home today? Yes, he is. He said something about having to sort out a bunch of documents. But what's going on? You know Luke and Pat, right? Sure we do. In fact, we saw them not that long ago. What's wrong? Are they in some sort of trouble? I don't know how to say this, but I just heard from Uni that Luke and Pat ran off to the tower that lies on the northern outskirts of Roland. You mean the Tower of Esmelos? Isn't that place supposed to be a breeding ground for monsters? That's what they say. Unfortunately, at the moment, Sherazard is out on other bracer business, so I want to ask your father to bring the boys home safely. What are you talking about? There's no time for that. Joshua and I will go after them and bring them back. I don't know if that's such a good idea. The two of you only just qualified to be junior bracers today. With all due respect, I believe that Estelle's judgment is correct in this situation. If the two of us hurry, we may even be able to catch up with the boys before they reach the tower. I understand. I will take responsibility for whatever happens. As an emergency request from the Bracer Guild, I ask that you lose no time in bringing about the safe return of these children. Roger that. Understood. The Emless Tower can be reached by taking the western pass at the junction along the Malga Trail. You can get onto the Malga Trail through Relent's northwest gate. I'll be on standby at the guild, so if you run through any trouble, you know where to reach me. This is our first real job. Come on, Joshua, we don't have any time to lose. I'm right behind you. Okay, northwest gate. That's the mayor's house. This must be it. Oh, this is just a harbor. Pretty big town for the first town in the game. The music is nice too. Here we go. Malga Trail. Preemptive strike. Damn, looks like this one's gonna get an attack in.
Alright, we're good to go.
Oh, that was a battle. Some kind of flower. Ow! Nice, looks like there's a guaranteed crit. Still, that freaking hurt.
Piece of cake.
Gave very little in the way of experience. Nice try trying to ambush us. Fortunately, then I screwed up and didn't ambush you. There's one down. Two down. And that's a win. Almost. Aha!
We're good to go.
So the monsters can definitely deal some damage. Not effing with the plant again. There we go. This is the tower. Preemptive, good. See here, he's got an attack boost. We'll have him finish off this weaker one. She should... No, she can't reach. And neither can he. So we're going to take a hit here.
Piece of cake.
Looks like we're getting close to leveling up. Another preemptive. One down. See if he can finish this one off. Not quite. Crap, looks like that one's charging some kind of attack. And I know I have specials available, but, you know. Yeah, I better. I wanted to not waste it.
Let's do this!
Whatever this thing's charging, I don't think I want to clean it off.
Piece of cake.
Level up! That ought to help. There's the tower. We didn't come across the kids, so it looks like they're already inside. It looks like we've come all the way to Esmla's Tower. I didn't see any sign of them along the trail, so do you think they've wandered inside? It's quite likely that's the case. Let's go in. It looks like we'll need to hurry. Right. It's dark in here. I'm scared. Quit being a baby. We've only on the first floor of this place. Did you hear that? They really did come in here. Inhale? Estelle, are you all right? Luke! Pat! If you can hear me, answer me now! Those little brats, are they pretending they can't hear me? They might have climbed up to the second floor. Let's hurry and see if we can find them. Really quick, I want to go back outside for a second here. Is there maybe one of those... Nope. Was hoping maybe one of those healing stations was there. What are we going to do? Somebody help! Let's go, Joshua. Right, I've got your back. You monsters go somewhere else. No, shoo, leave us alone. Chew on this. Estelle, what are you doing here? Joshua, you're here too. Get back, you two. These monsters aren't playing around. We'll take care of them. If an NPC's HP reaches 0, the game is over. Wonderful! Not quite enough. She got one, though. Let Joshua take this. And then I'll blow this to get rid of this guy.
Here I come. Piece of cake.
looks like that's that. Yeah, I'm glad everyone's safe, too. By the way, that was great timing the way you blitzed those monsters, Estelle. You really think so? Is it safe now? Oh man, that was awesome! You really showed them, Estelle. Not bad for a girl. You little twerp. Ow, that hurts. What are you trying to do to me? What's wrong with you? You even dragged poor Pat all the way up here against his will. It's time to think about what you did today. Ow, you're hurting me. Stop it. I said stop it, you violent she-devil. So this is the thanks I get for saving your neck, huh? Looks like it's time to give you some of my special discipline. Ow! Alright, Estelle, I'm sorry. Everything was all my fault. Estelle? Shouldn't we forgive each other like they teach at school? This brat doesn't need forgiveness, but a little discipline should do the trick. Estelle, behind you! It's something with teeth, isn't it? Nice monster? I'm not going to make it in time. Huh? Dad, you came! You still lack skill and understanding, Estelle. You must always prepare for unseen danger by sharpening your senses. That's part of what it means to be a bracer. Dad! But what are you doing here? I just happened to be in town and heard the whole story from Ina. I'll give you points for your quick thinking and taking action to come after the children. But you failed to follow through completely. I really messed up, didn't I? It's a good thing you showed up when you did. I'm sorry. I should have been watching her back. That just means you have room for improvement. Constantly working to overcome your weak spots is the key. Understood. So how about we head home, everyone? Can you boys walk? I think so. That was incredible, Mr. Bright. You were like a gazillion times more awesome than Estelle. Of course I was. I'm her father. All right, everyone. Let's file on out of here. I'm with you, Mr. Bright. Who's the glory hog now? I mean, I guess I should be thankful that Dad saved my behind. But why does he have to go and take all the credit like that? It really chaps my hide. That's just the way he is. After all, he is Cassius Bright. It seems like you've had quite the day. Dad is just unbelievable. The second we got back to Rolent, he says, I'll leave the reporting to you, and takes off for home. The sheer nerve, I tell you. There's no need to make a mountain out of a molehill over it. At least the boys came back safe and sound. Anyway, I think that's all there is to report. Received payment for child rescue. Payment in Mira, gained 3 BP. Mafatu! Better late than never. Current rank is still Junior Bracer 9th class. You did well for your first assignment. From the details of your report alone, I believe I can commend you both for a job well done. You should be proud of yourselves. You really think so? I know so. In fact, you'll do even better on your next job. If anything else comes up, I would appreciate your help again. Don't worry about it, Mafatu. I just appreciate that you're here. How about we head home, too? I guess we better. I've still got dinner to prepare. Would you mind holding on a second? A letter arrived for your father just a little while ago. Unfortunately, since he went straight home, I never got a chance to give it to him. Do you think you could deliver it instead? Received letter to Cassius. I wonder if it's more work-related stuff. I imagine so. The letter appears to be from one of our foreign branches. One of the guild's foreign branches. As I'm sure you already know by now, Liberal isn't the only country where the Bracer Guild exists. On top of that, your father is widely known all across the Zemurian continent, so we can expect these kinds of letters from time to time. If you two would be so kind as to make sure he gets this letter, I would really appreciate it. I guess now it's time to go home. Hey, Joshua. Do you think I'm really cut out to be a bracer? Well, you seem to have inherited your father's skill with a staff, and your nosy personality doesn't let you ignore someone in distress. Really? You think so? Sure, but why are you asking? Are you still thinking about what happened back at the tower? Yeah. Because of my carelessness, Luke almost got caught in the middle of a dangerous situation. If Dad hadn't come when he did, he could have been seriously injured. I guess I'm just worried about whether or not I'll be able to stay on top of things in the future. That kind of talk doesn't sound like the Estelle I know. Huh? If we fail today, then all that's left is to take back our losses tomorrow, right? Overthinking and worrying about things that haven't happened yet is definitely not like you. Isn't being a bracer when you always dreamed of? How can you expect to succeed if you let something like what happened today discourage you? Joshua, you're right. This isn't like me at all. I don't think a serious expression really suits your face either. You laughing like a big ditz is far more natural for you. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You're gonna see my angry expression if you keep that up. Okay, I admit that last comment was pushing things a bit. I'll overlook it this time, and thanks for cheering me up. I don't know about you, but I'm so ready to get home and eat. My stomach just started growling like a bear. Maybe glutton's closer to the mark than ditz. Let's go ahead, since we haven't done this for a while. Whoops. Looks like back home we go. Can't open that chest. We're home, Dad! We finished reporting to the guild like you told us to. Good work, kids. The details of your reports will be reviewed at each branch and will affect your pay and rank advancement in the future. Please make sure that you always remember to do it. Don't worry, we will. And before I forget, I got that copy of the Liberal News you wanted. There was this letter for you at the guild, too. Handed over the Liberal News and letter. A letter, huh? Well, I'm going to get cleaned up and start dinner. Oh, and Dad? Thanks for coming when you did today. You really helped me out back there. I see you're being rather gracious today. Papa is happy. How delightful that my daughter has finally understood what a great man her father truly is. There's no need to hold back, Estelle. Come and jump into your father's loving arms. In your dreams! I swear the men in this house have only one thing in common. They never know when to shut up. I guess she's not as depressed as I had thought she'd be. Should I be thanking you, Joshua? I didn't do much. I just gave her a push in the right direction. Estelle's a resilient girl to begin with. Yes, she is, but she still has a long way to go. She'll run into more than just a few stumbling blocks in this line of work. And overcoming those obstacles is what will teach her to stand on her own 2 feet. That's that soft side of yours talking again. Oh no! Are eggs supposed to explode like that? I guess I shouldn't have gone in expecting to make a perfect meal in a single try. No, wait! Cooking is supposed to be about passion. Exploding eggs are passionate, right? Now what's more? That daughter of mine can sometimes be a little too passionate. I think I'll go help for the dinner. We don't want the curtains to catch fire again. But at this rate, there's no telling when we can expect to have a bite of food ready at the dinner table. Alright then, let's see what this letter is all about, shall we? Cassius cuts the letter's seal. A message from the Abronian Empire. What? Wow, this is a surprise. This new dish is what I call Estelle's Explosion over rice. Be sure to savor every last morsel. I will. Your cooking this evening is excellent. My compliments to the chef. This is raw talent at its best. Today certainly has been a busy but great day nonetheless. We qualified as junior bracers, had our first real assignment, and I didn't even lose my eyebrows making dinner this time. I love how that's a highlight of the day. Not to mention the food being delicious. For a first attempt, this dish is actually quite edible. At first I thought I might have to pitch it out the window when you weren't looking, but it seems that technique won't be necessary tonight. Sometimes you're just so despicably rude, Dad. Don't you know how to be humble and just say something tastes nice? Alright then, how about this? Boy, I never thought I'd be able to eat something wonderful like this before I had to leave on business. You made a splendid meal, Estelle. Thanks, Dad. Wait, business? Are you really leaving again? Yes. Something unexpected came up. This time I'm going to be away for a while. Hold on a minute. You're leaving? When? Tomorrow morning. What? I don't care what kind of job you're doing. That's just too soon. It's about that letter, isn't it? Was there some sort of incident? Oh, it's nothing like that. Just a simple investigation. I'll have to visit a number of places, so it'll take me about a solid month before I'm through. That being the case, please take good care of the house while I'm away. What do you mean, that being the case? You always use some vague excuse like that and take off for who knows how long. We have to accept it, Estelle. A bracer's job is to help those who come to us from help. I know. But what are you going to do about all your jobs here at the Roulette branch? You've already accepted a few of them, haven't you? Oh, only about 5 or 6. So I was thinking, and how about the both of you handle them for me instead? What? Are you really asking us to do the work that you're supposed to be doing? That I am. I'll have you do the ones which I think you can accomplish. And I'll ask Sherazade to handle the difficult ones. So what do you say? Sure, of course we will. You're okay doing these too, right, Joshua? Yeah, no problem. Looks like a good way to get some experience as a bracer. Then it's settled. I'll stop by the guild and let Ina know about the change of plan before I leave. Alright, I'm starting to feel more determined than ever. We'll have to bust our tails with these jobs so we don't tarnish your name while we're gone. Oh, Estelle, my beloved daughter. Papa is so proud. Oh, my dear Lena, who art in heaven, can you see your daughter now? Our little Estelle has grown up to be such a lovely young woman. Face it, Dad, you're getting old. If people lose their trust in you at this age, you might as well just throw in the towel forever. I'm only helping you out because I'm your daughter, and I have a duty to pay you back for the last 16 years. I'm only 45, and what's more, I'm very likely the most active member in the entire guild. Not bad for a pair of comedians. By the way, Dad, which flight will you be on tomorrow? The one headed for Grand Sail or the one headed for Bose? I'll be on the one headed for Grand Sail. My flight departs at 10 o'clock in the morning. That means I'll have to get up a little earlier tomorrow. I better set my alarm clock just in case. Dad? Are you still awake, Joshua? You'd better hold off on the liquor, or Estelle will get mad again. This is just my way of lifting my spirits before I travel. How about yourself? Would you care to join me for a drink? I'll pass. Actually, what I should be saying here is, don't offer alcohol to minors. I'm not like Shara, who would jump at any chance to enjoy a drink or 10. Haha, that's because she holds her liquor much better than I do. There's something really serious happening, isn't there? There's no conclusive evidence, but there appears to be some sort of movement within the Empire. The Erebonian Empire? That sounds pretty suspicious. This movement doesn't appear to be overt, but that's what has me worried. I intend to do a little probing at the Erebonian Embassy to see what turns up. Understood. I'll make sure to look after Estelle while you're gone. Don't you spoil that girl, you hear me? Now that she's become a bracer, she needs to learn to look after herself. Estelle will be fine. She's got good instincts, and despite being a bit rough around the edges, she has talent with the staff as well. There's no doubt in my mind that she'll be a first-class bracer someday. Yet at present, she's like a babe in arms who knows nothing about the realities of the world around her. At some point in time, she'll have to choose which path to follow in life. And Joshua, the same thing can be said for you too. It's already been 5 years since you became a part of this family, hasn't it? How time does fly. Yes, it sure does seem that way. About what you said back then, are you sure you won't reconsider taking those words back? For me, keeping my word is what defines who I am. If I can't do something as simple as that, I don't know how I could live with myself. I know this may sound stubborn, but I can't take back what I said. I'm sorry. There's no need to apologize, but I'd like you to remember this. No matter what path you choose in life, you can't erase these past 5 years. Estelle and I will always be your family, no matter what may befall you. Thanks, Dad. And it looks like that's the end of the prologue to the story. Well, it looks like it's time for me to board my flight. Estelle, don't do anything I wouldn't do myself, and try not to be a handful for Joshua either. For the umpteenth time, I heard you already. How about you try not to go overboard yourself with your own work? You're not getting any younger, you know. Say what you will, but I'm not about to be overtaken by any youngsters. Sherazade, I'm really sorry about placing all this work on your shoulders at the last minute. Please, don't be. I am slightly concerned, however, about whether or not I can do a decent job in your place. There's no need to be humble, Silverstreak. And I don't mean to make your life any more difficult, but please keep an eye on these two. You just leave that to me. Is tightening up the reins and not spoiling these two fine with you? You definitely understand the way I think. What's this all about? Looks to me like a mutual understanding between master and pupil. The Grancel-bound airliner, Linde, will be departing shortly. All passengers, please board the airship now. Uh-oh, I better take my seat. Have a great trip, Dad. We'll take care of everything here while you're gone. When you're done with your work, make sure you come straight home and no goofing off. Is that any way to see your beloved Papa off? Oh well, I'll try my best to come home as soon as I can. All right, you two. Be good while I'm gone. You know, I'm very glad this game won the voting. This is proving to be a lot of fun already. He's gone. Again. Yeah. Come on, you two. There's no need to look so down. Your father will be back in no time. I don't know what kind of investigation he's been asked to do this time, but when it comes to your father, he'll have it done before you know it. I'm not sad that he's gone. He's always been way more than he's been home. All right, if you say so. Anyway, I'm going to get to work on these jobs your father left for me. But if you run into any trouble, give me a holler. Will do, but first I'd like to try and finish a few jobs with Joshua. I want to see what we're capable of doing as junior bracers. If you insist. I imagine that with Joshua tagging along, there's probably not much to be worried about. Good luck, you two. Thanks. We'll do our best. Yeah, well, this is a world where they barely have machines that let them use magic, so, you know. So what do you want to do now, Estelle? Shall we go stop by the guild? Yeah, we should probably talk to Ina and find out what jobs are waiting for us. Let's go! Off to the guild, hi-ho, hi-ho, off to the guild we go. Why did I just do that? Oh, good morning, Estelle and Joshua. Has your father already left? Yep, just barely. That's why we came here to find out about the jobs he left for us. Sure, there are a total of 3 jobs I have lined up for you. For the first one, I'd like you to head out to the farm west of here. The farm west of here? Isn't that where Tio lives? Tio? I seem to have heard that name somewhere before. Tio Purcell. She was one of our classmates at Sunday school. She is also the Purcell farm owner's daughter. Oh, really? It's actually the Purcell farm that has put in a request for someone to exterminate some monsters. Are they really having problems like that? Fortunately, nobody has been hurt, but the owner and his family are upset over their fields being destroyed by the creatures. Therefore, the guild received an extermination request. I never would have expected something like that to happen. Okay, we'll head out there right now. Here, take this with you. Received guild referral. This document certifies that you were dispatched by the guild. Please give it to the owner of the farm. We already know Tio's father pretty well, so I don't think this is necessary. But we'll take it just in case. Let's see here. Okay, so it's to the west, so I probably wanted to go through that other gate. Hey there, how are our first-year bracers doing? So Cassius is going to be out for a while, huh? Yes, we just saw him off at the landing port. You sure managed to hear about it rather quickly, though. Well, back in the day, Cassius used to leave Estelle with us while he was away. But after you came here, he started to having you keep an eye on things. I didn't know that. Estelle gets surprisingly lonely when no one is around. Whenever we had her over, she was as quiet as a cat among strangers. Don't say stuff like that. I am not. After about 2 or 3 days here, though, she'd eat, sleep, and play like it was her own house. I can imagine that. Let's see here. How much money do we have? 1900? As much as I love the damage increases, I'm thinking we probably want more armor increases. A little more defense will do us good. Guessing we want to go out of this gate for this. Rolent Westvert Bridge. Looks like as long as we stay to the roads, we won't have to worry too much about monsters. There we go, south to the farm. Let's kill something, shall we? One down. Two down. That's a little better.
Piece of cake.
Kind of thinking since we only have about 5 minutes left, maybe I'll just... Whoop. These are new. Like they have 200 hit points each. That ain't good.
We're good to go.
Finish one off. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I bought some armor.
Alright, we're good to go.
Because that would have really hurt if I hadn't. So yeah, I think we're just going to fight around for a little bit for the rest of this episode. Crap! At least it's just the one of them this time. We should be able to make level 5 before this episode ends. More bugs. Just one this time. Great, she can't reach to finish it off. But she did finish it off. Good.
Piece of cake.
There we go. That's a better battle. Crap. Okay, that's twice. Come on, hit the damn thing. Okay, does she have some kind of blind effect on her or something? There.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Found a tear bomb. Yay, another bat-like thing. Man, why can't the one who's actually down some HP get that HP boost? Okay, her accuracy sucks.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Whoop, bug. Not quite enough to finish him.
Piece of cake.
One more fight should level us up, and then we'll wrap this episode up. But I think this has been a fun start to a live stream. Let's go ahead and use this.
Let's do this.
See what it does when he was at 200. Ha-ha! Now that's overkill. I hope everybody here has enjoyed the game. I know I've had fun and had a good few number of laughs, and I think we're going to have fun with this one.
That's that then. Let's move out.
And there's level 5. You know, I think we'll head back to town and to wrap this one up. Because with all the stuff we've gotten, maybe we can unlock another slot or two. So we're back to town. I'm going to save, and we will call it a day. So, as always, guys, thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. I had fun. I hope you all did too. And we'll continue the story next week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you around.